Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mrs. Costa, and I am going to talk to you today. We are going to do an exercise together, and we're going to learn today, we're going to recognize that diversity exists in the natural world, since we're in our science class. And we're going to do some activities together regarding what we do about this diversity as scientists. So one of the things that scientists like to do is ask questions and recognize the world around them and ask questions about it in order to figure it out. So one of the most important things scientists do is classify the different things that they see, different kinds of problems, different kinds of materials. Scientists really like to classify things. So we're going to practice how to do that. So classification is simply, does anybody have a brief definition of classification?
The animal kingdom, it goes by kingdom and then phylum. There's all this, I forget the middle parts, and there's family and genus.
Excellent. So an example is the classification of the animal kingdom into groups, which are sub-classifications. They go like that: genus, species, family, kingdom, family, genus, species. They go that way. There are other ways to classify things, and one of the important reasons that we classify things is so that we can tell them apart and use the information in different ways. So let's start out with this exercise by making a list. We're going to make a large list of all different kinds of animals that we can think of, since we got started on animals. So please call out some animals to me and I'll write them down.
Lion.
Lion.
Bear.
Bear.
Flying squirrel.
Flying squirrel.
Llama.
Llama.
Deer.
Deer.
We do reptiles too?
Yes, please, all kinds of animals.
Human.
Human.
Pufferfish.
Pufferfish.
Iguana.
Excellent. This is getting much more fun.
Ostrich.
Ostrich.
Platypus.
Platypus. Ooh, that's a really good one for classification.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo. Okay. I'm going to add one. Grasshopper.
Spider.
Spider. Okay. Now what I'd like you to do is turn to your neighbor, each of you, and come up with a category. So the goal is that we're going to classify this list. These are our samples, and we'd like to classify these samples so that we can work with them. Okay? So we need to have some categories to classify them into. So please turn to your neighbor and think of one category of animal that we could put some of these into.
The first thing that I was furry. That's just the first thing that popped into my head. Yeah. Yeah.
It is
In water,
intense.
out of water.
Insects.
How about plant being omnivorous, carnivorous.
Feathers, no feathers. Oh, does she have a bird up there? Is an ostrich a bird?
There's a lot of flightless bird though.
So we're going to need 3 categories. Has everybody had enough time to come up with just the name of one category? Everybody got something?
Mammals?
Wave at me when you, please wave to me when you have category. The name of the category. Excellent. Okay.
Mammals.
Mammals. Fantastic. Let's do this big wide one for mammals. Okay. Another category?
Reptiles.
Reptiles. Does anybody have a third? Okay. Insects. One of my favorite categories. Insects. Okay. Now, the reason, remember, we categorize things is so that we can work with them. So when we make these categories, we have to have criteria to help us decide where to put the different things. So can somebody name the most important, there are 2 really important traits that all mammals have. Every mammal, 2 traits. Anybody know what those are?
Live birth.
Live birth is an important trait. It's not one of the most, it's not one of the 2 I had in mind.
No.
It gives milk. Excellent. That's the word mammal. It makes milk. Okay. For its young, that's how it feeds the young. Another important one that's really easy to see. Hair. It has hair. It has hair. Okay. So what we're going to do together is find our mammals on this list. So everybody help me. Tell me, is this a mammal?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to put it over here. Is this a mammal?
Yes.
These are easy. They've got hair, they give birth to live young, they make milk. Flying squirrel. That's a mammal. Not a bird. It has hair. The one on TV has a little flight helmet and goggles too, but not all of them have that. Okay. This is a llama. Do we know if this is a mammal?
It's a mammal.
It is a mammal. Okay. This one?
Mammal.
Gosh, there's a lot of mammals, aren't there? On our list. Human.
Yes.
Yes, we are a mammal. Remember, there are subcategories, so we become separate from lions and bears eventually. Puffer fish. Is this a mammal? Why is this not a mammal? Anybody give me a good reason?
They lay eggs.
They lay eggs, they don't give birth to live young, and they don't make milk, and they don't have hair. Iguana. Hair? No?
No.
Ostrich. Hair? No. Live young? No. Platypus.
Yes. Tricky.
This is tricky. Platypus, they do give birth to live young. I'm not sure if they make, actually I think they lay eggs. I can't remember. But they have a pouch and they have their own special sub-categorization. I don't know if they're, I guess they are a mammal. This one, I'm not sure though. We'll have to look it up. Kangaroo. They're a mammal. It's a special type of mammal, but it is a mammal. Which might be the case with platypus also, but I'm really not sure.
It's a marsupial.
It is a marsupial, but so is the kangaroo. So I don't know if it's a mammal.
Marsupials. are
It is a
mammals.
subcategory of mammal. I'm confused because I think the platypus lays eggs and I know it has webbed feet and bill, so it makes me a little confused. Grasshopper, is that a mammal?
No.
No. Spider.
No.
No. So we decided that was a mammal, and the ones that we have left over, we need to find categories for those. So this one might get a little bit tricky. The puffer fish. We need to, that's how we're going to find out